We're back and we have an exciting show today. We're doing a fun live recipe demo with Lena. She's a part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle and going to be joining us pretty quickly. She has an amazing new next level pasta book that's a part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. But somehow she fandangled me into making one of my sweet and savory stews for my Cravings Busters book. And we're going to bring it to you live together, and maybe some of you have got all the ingredients and are going to make it with us. It's really fun. It's what is it? It's a Thai stew. Yeah, that's what we're making. Making a Thai stew. Both of us have our books, a part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. 40 books, $50. It's worth $1,850, so it's like 96% off, and it's only here until 11:59 PST, near midnight on Thursday the 11th. So now's the time to get that deal. I recommend you go get it in Lena's profile, or mine if you like, and you stay tuned for this recipe demo. Hello, welcome. How you guys doing? Let's invite Lena in here and get cracking. So welcome. This is gonna be lots of fun. Apologies for the light. My battery for my ring light turned off, so I need this one. Otherwise, I'm gonna get really dark in here. So here we go. Working. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm great.
Good to see you.
Yeah, nice.
Perfectly on. Well, okay. I'm a little bit tardy because all of a sudden my phone I realized was gonna die during the live, so I had to scramble and get a power cord.
Okay, but now you're good.
I should be good. I just don't have a light because normally I have this fancy dancy battery that of course has my stickers on it, and I use it to charge my ring light and my phone, but for some reason it stopped charging, and even though I've been charging it for a few hours, it's not working. So thus the scramble and the partial darkness. I'm not trying to hide any like hideous issues or something, you know.
Yes, we work with what we have.
Exactly. We just do what we can. So
yeah, I think I'm a little bit dark as well, but if I put the light on, it's even worse, I think. So
yeah, then we look all shiny and crazy, and it's like no bueno. We don't want that going on.
No.
So how are things going on over there? And for everyone here who doesn't know you, where are you at? And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So I'm from Germany. I'm in Nuremberg right now. It's in Bavaria. And I'm actually a ballet dancer. So this was my main job for many years. I teach ballet class. And now I'm also a certified nutritionist.
Nice.
So I coach people with the raw vegan lifestyle because myself, I mean, for me, it was just game changing. So I need to put it out there.
Absolutely.
I think that's what we all feel because we are so passionate and we just want to share it. It's so important.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's one of the most common things with people who get into this lifestyle is that they just like feel so enamored, so emblazoned, so passion driven. They just want to share it. Like you can't help but share feeling this good, right?
Yeah, you have to share it. So that's where I'm at right now. And I was also able to reverse some health issues. Like I had severe gut issues, skin problems, and osteoporosis actually.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's intense, especially when you're doing ballet and stuff. You don't want to have that going on.
Yeah, I had some broken ribs, and it was bad, really bad.
Wow.
But now my bone density is constantly increasing, so yeah, I'm really happy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Is this something that you've helped other ballet dancers with as well, and shared this message towards them at all, or?
Oh, not so much in the ballet movement. It's not. No, I'm working with people outside the ballet world, I would say.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I would think within ballet and modeling there would be a strong prevalence of potentially eating disorders and low body weight and low self-image and stuff like that.
It's like a competition, who is the skinniest, and
yeah, it's really tough to hear, but this message is spreading. The more of us doing it from different vantage points and with different backgrounds, the more people it's going to connect with, and seeds are being planted, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So before we get into this delicious recipe, because I know we both pre-prepped and we have stuff kind of like hidden back here and stuff like that, so no one can see yet. I wanted to go into your book a little bit because your book is amazing. Your next level pastas. I was going through it, and there's a bunch I would really like to try. I really like the I don't, is it can what are the round ones?
The orange one?
Yeah.
Penne
Yeah,
pasta.
the penne, yes.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch that looked delicious, but that was like, ooh, that's really unique and very cool too.
Yeah, it happened by accident actually.
Yeah.
I had a wrap and I rolled it up without any filling and just ate it with my salad. And then I thought if I cut it, it looks like penne noodles. So
yeah. Yeah, it looks beautiful. You have lots of delicious recipes in there. Do you have any favorites that, if that one's your favorite, do you have any others that are favorites?
That's a hard question. Maybe.
How about go ahead.
Yeah, the gorgonzola cheese. Because I not only have pasta recipes, I also have some bonus recipes, like different cheeses and toppings and sauces, dressings. And you can also use it as a topping for salad bowls or something, yeah. And the gorgonzola cheese is with cashews and with spirulina powder to create the texture and the color. And somehow the flavor is really unique with the spirulina and the cashews, and it's with living cultures. So yeah,
that sounds super good.
Of course, it's high fat, but you just need a little bit, and it's already great on salads. So yeah.
So yeah, you don't need to have just a bowl of that. You can have it on top of other stuff.
Of course, you don't eat the whole cheese in one sitting. So. Yeah.
You hope not, anyway, right? Or at least definitely not every day. Maybe on an odd occasion it could happen, but not every day. Not every day.
No. Maybe once a year, and then your fat is covered for the whole year.
Yeah. Oh, that's way too fun. That's way too fun. So, have you ever heard of noodletarians? Would you consider yourself a big noodle person? Like some people, they aim to just eat noodles.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because if I talk to people and I tell them that I only eat raw fruits and vegetables, the first thing they always tell me is, "Oh, I could not do this because I love my pasta."
Yep.
And that's why I created this book, because you don't have to cut it out. You can eat pasta still.
Yeah.
And it's even better because you feel still great afterwards, not tired and sluggish.
I like to eat bowls this big and still feel amazing. Yeah, yeah.
I also have my great bowl here.
Nice.
Big bowl.
Nice. That's a nice one. That's a pretty bowl. I do have a fun bowl back here for the stew, but I think it's a little big for the stew because the stews kind of go like this to, But I have one big important question for you, and it's going to kind of put you on the spot. And if you don't feel comfortable with it, it's fine. But
no, I'm nervous.
yeah. I'm sorry to bring it up, but I've been thinking about it for a while. If you had to pick, are you a zoodle person or a koodle person?
Koodle.
You're a koodle. There we go. All right. And if anyone doesn't know, koodles are cucumber noodles and zoodles are zucchini noodles. And I sometimes like to make napoodles, just Napa cabbage noodles, just sliced Napa cabbage thin. That's like my super lazy noodle.
Okay. I never did that. Yeah.
Napoodles. Yeah. That's the first time I've said the word, and I'll try and coin it. Napoodles.
I would say it also depends on the sauce.
Yes.
Sometimes I like cucumber noodles with different sauces, and it depends, but generally speaking.
So tough one with that then. So with cucumber noodles, do you like thicker sauces or thinner? And with the zucchini, vice versa. Have you figured that out? Is there like one that holds certain sauces better, you think?
I think with cucumber noodles, maybe more denser sauces.
Yeah.
Maybe with hemp seeds or some seeds or nuts. And with zucchini noodles, they are already a little bit thicker and more satiating, I would say.
Yeah.
So it goes well with tomato, mango. Yeah.
I feel the exact same way. You passed the test. Oh. I'm just teasing. I'm sorry. I'm a silly man. Well, do you want to get into this, or is there anything else you'd like to go into?
No. I have my coconut milk and I put it into the freezer because we made your recipe with Julia last week, and we just made more, so I don't have to make it twice.
Nice.
I hope it's good. I put it out this morning. It should be good.
Good deal. Well, I mean, the good thing is, even if it isn't good, we'll both just smile a whole bunch and everyone will believe it is, and they'll never know. I'm just teasing.
Okay, let's start.
I have my messy coconut milk in here too. And
you just made it fresh?
Well, yeah, I just made it a little bit ago here. But
Yeah.
just so everyone knows, we did this because it is a bit of a pain in the butt and takes a little bit of time to make some fresh coconut milk.
But it's
And the
worth
simplest,
it. It's
it's
so
so
worth
worth
it
it.
because
Yeah,
the flavor is so intense compared
yeah,
to like the canned ones.
yeah. And to me, it's like classic curries. They have this mature coconutty flavor because you could make fresh coconut milk for sure out of young Thai coconut and just blending the water with a bit of the jelly, and it makes a fine sweet kind of I find often a little bit more desserty, but it can be really great in any Thai dish as well.
Yeah.
But these mature ones, I just love that deep coconut flavor, and
Yeah.
um,
And for me,
to
it's difficult to get the young coconuts here in Germany. I can
yeah.
almost not find them. Maybe sometimes in the Asian store, but yeah, really difficult.
Yeah, here I have a pretty hard time getting both, to be honest. I see them on occasion, and we just actually saw like cases of brown coconuts the other day. Didn't get a whole case because I didn't think I'd go through all of them, but just so people know too, it's really simple to make your own coconut milk. I have the recipe in my book. I have a video actually. It's a link to a video that really goes in depth on it. But the simplest way to say it is you take one of those brown mature coconuts, you pop the top open. I usually use a corkscrew or a nail or something and get it open on top. Pour the water in there, and then you bash the shell and take all the white parts off the shell, put it in the blender and blend it with just enough water to cover. Blend it super smooth. And then can you see that? Oh yeah, I got my nut milk bag back here drying. Just pour it into a nut milk bag. And if you don't have a nut milk bag, you could use a brand new sock, if you want, or you could use pantyhose, or like one time I used this, I'll admit, I used that when I couldn't find my nut milk bag. You just put it in there. Sorry?
It worked out or not?
Oh yeah, you could use a clean t-shirt. It's just a sieve, right? And just squeeze it. I just want to make sure it's really clean. But a nut milk bag is inexpensive and really nice. And you just squeeze it out and you get the milk. And if you can't find mature coconuts, you can also get the dried coconut like flakes in the store and just soak them overnight or soak them for quite a while. Do the same thing, blend it all up really smooth, and you can sieve it out. It's not quite as rich of a flavor because some of the oils have dissipated and stuff like that, but it still works. And otherwise you could just use your favorite seed or nut and blend it with a little bit of water into like a creamy nut milk, right? But to make this classic, we're talking coconut milk, right?
And do you use the pulp afterwards for something, for other recipes?
I have sometimes, but not always. Most of the time I just compost it, to be honest. I'm a little bit wasteful sometimes. Do you like to use it?
Oh, not really.
The flavor is kind of gone.
Put it in dressings or just make peas. I don't know, but right now I don't have the time.
In a lot of countries where they grow, they often have a first pressing and a second pressing. And the first pressing of the milk, when you pull the liquid out, it's the fattiest, creamiest, and that's usually used more for like thick curries and desserts and stuff like that. And then the thinner stuff is more kind of soupy and a little bit less flavorful. And they still use it, but it's just used for different purposes.
Yeah.
But I usually just use the first one myself, and sometimes I've used the other stuff for other things, but kind of lazy. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to, should we call out ingredients? Do you want to call out ingredients? What should we do here? It's so confusing.
I don't know. I think you guide us. Because I don't. You are the guider.
I'll be the guider. I'll take the role as the stew master today. Oh, okay. Here, let's see. I'll get this down. And surprise! There's some ingredients there. Hopefully it will stay. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then I'll get back over here. So in here we already have like a cup of coconut milk, right? So that's going to be the very base of the sauce. So we can have that in the blender. And then for the chunky bits, because to me what makes a stew, my sweet and savory stews, Cravings Busters, is chunky bits with a nice thick sauce. And I kind of tried to make these so that it's almost like a giant salad condensed down, a lot of salad ingredients. And some stews are a little bit richer and thicker and have more greens and stuff like that pulsed in. This is a lighter kind of more juicy and summery stew, you know, that is nice. Could be lunch, could be before dinner, could be dinner, right? But
Yeah.
we have a bunch of really nice juicy stuff. So in the
Can I
bowl
ask
first.
question?
Sorry?
Can I ask you a question?
Of course, yeah.
Why is it called curry if there's no curry in there?
Well, it's...
Oh!
Hopefully you're still there.
Yes, I'm here.
It's funny what popped up on the screen. What on the screen said, "Did something go wrong?" I've never seen that before. But I knew I was asking for trouble when I straddled my power cord. I was like, that wasn't a good call. Well, you know, interestingly, there are a lot of Thai curries that don't really use curry powder. They just use the curry kind of flavors. Like sometimes they'll use like lime leaf and ginger and stuff like that. So, and when I made this book too, I wanted to be cognizant of the difference between kind of real traditional curries, like rich curries, and more stew-like curries. Because otherwise I could easily start just turning the stew book into a curry book, and I wanted to make sure that it was a little more stew-like. So looking at it, I could have not said curry. It could have been like raw Thai stew. And yeah, maybe I'll actually update that because I noticed a couple other things. Even in this recipe, I noticed that the cilantro forgot to have the weight in pounds. It just says grams. So I have to do a couple little teeny updates. Yeah. The brain melted when I was finishing making this book, I tell you.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah.
All the measurements, it's overwhelming.
Was it quite a process making your pasta book?
Yeah, because I missed it in the beginning, and then I had to add it afterwards.
No way.
I only had gram and not cups, and but
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
So we have here, let's see if I can do it. So in the recipe, we have, you know, about near a pound, like 345 grams or 0.75 pounds of tomatoes. And half of those tomatoes will go in the blender, and half of those tomatoes will go chunky in the bowl. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready, but
All right.
I don't have it chunky. I have measured, and this was such a huge tomato. I just need this one.
Okay, that one can go right into the blender then. And I'll do the same. I'll put half of the tomatoes. I kind of chopped up half, big and chunky too, to go in there with the coconut milk. And I'll put that right into the blender. And the other half, I'm going to put in this big, giant super bowl for the chunky portion of the stew, along with 230 grams or 1/2 a pound of cubed cucumbers as well. Now, how big you like to cube things and dice things? Oh, beautiful. Oh, you even peeled yours. Yours looks really nice.
Sometimes I prefer without peel. Sometimes I leave it on, but this was not an organic one, so I thought, better peeling it.
Nice. That's awesome. I was pretty lucky. I got some local Svenska cucumbers over here, and they're actually gurkhas. They're the little ones. They're really, really nice.
Yeah, they are crunchy.
Yeah, exactly. I love those so much. So we got those mixed in there, and then we took about 1/2 pineapple, and half of that pineapple is going to go into the blender.
Oh,
Give it a nice kind of sweet and a little bit of a punch kind of flavor to it. And then I
never had pineapple in a savory dish, so it's the first time for me.
Ooh, I'm excited. They're fun. I like to have them in some curries and in pizza. Those are usually the two places that I enjoy them in savory dishes. And I tell you, a lot of people, they say like, oh, like pizza, like pineapple on pizza is illegal. You shouldn't do it. But in raw pizzas, I find that it just actually makes it sometimes because it adds just a little, sweetness.
Do you use it as a topping on the pizza or in the dough?
Yeah, I use it as a topping, and I usually kind of cut it into little wedges and then have it on top so that it slightly dehydrates and gets a little bit extra sweet. And I don't know, there's something magic about it. It's just like it rounds the flavor. I think it's really delicious.
It's not only for raw pizza; it's a common thing, I think. Pineapple.
Absolutely.
Pizza Hawaii.
Yeah, and a funny fact about that is Hawaiian pizza was actually invented in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Didn't
called
know
it
that.
Hawaiian because pineapples are common to Hawaii, and pigs they do a lot of hog hunting and stuff. So
Yeah,
so they just named it that. But it came from Canada. So weird, right?
that's weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know.
yeah. Little things that stick in my brain that really aren't that important, but the important stuff usually just flies away.
Maybe it's not that important then.
So we have the other half of the pineapple, which is about 115 grams ish. And I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, but just
Yeah.
playing with these amounts.
And is it
And
one person?
it's for one person like me. Actually, it's kind of funny, to be honest. These recipes, I find that the portions are like a pretty decently large portion for the average person. For some people, they might want to cut them in half and have it as 2 portions. And then for some people, they might want to double it if they're like really a big appetite. Because for me, this is a comfortable portion. But if I was going to have this for dinner, I would for sure have a big fruit meal to start. I'd eat as much smoothie or anything else, and then I'd be perfect. But if I was just eating this, I'd probably eat like 1.5, and some hungry days I might even eat double.
Yeah, me too. I also start with fruit always. Yeah.
It's such a good tip. A lot of people miss that, and in my consulting practice, it's one of the most common things that really can help people get more calories easily and avoid feeling the need to binge on fat at the end of the night or eat past their digestive comfort. And it's as simple as, when you start your dinner meal or anytime you're hungry, starting with fruit and eating it until you're totally satiated, and then going to your savory fix. And it's just like, it really helps so much. Do you find the same?
Yes, absolutely. Because in the beginning, I did a mistake. I always had fruit after my salad as a dessert, and then that's my.
For shame, Lena. For shame.
We are all learning.
we live and learn. Well, I mean, it's so classic, right? Like that's how most people treat fruit, as a dessert, and then often they blame the fruit on upset stomachs and stuff like that.
But since I changed that, it's like day and night difference.
I love it. I love it. And a kind of funny caveat on that too, if that's the accurate word. I'm kind of just throwing that out there because I like that word. But sometimes I've consulted someone who they ate fruit for dinner, like before their dinner. But let's say they're having something like this that has like pineapple and bell peppers and tomatoes, all this acid fruit, and they're, oh yeah, Michelle Bynum in the house. What's up, homie? And what they did though, instead of having something juicy, say something like orange or melon or pineapple before mango, they had a big banana smoothie to start their dinner and then had a big salad. And we didn't catch it for a while. And like, a couple months they started getting like sour stomach and some digestive issues, and finally figured out that it was bananas that they were eating before. I just didn't even think of it because to me, that doesn't appeal to have bananas before these flavors, but maybe it's just because food combining is so ingrained in my dang head.
Yeah.
And
melons, I also can't eat melons before a salad.
No? Oh.
No.
I'm sorry.
I have to eat them completely on its own.
I'm sorry to hear. Melon for me goes really well before anything, and actually better if I mix it with citrus. I find watermelon or any sweet melon goes incredibly good with lemon, lime, and citrus. And in my practice, most of the time I find that people find that works really, really well. But have you ever tried like watermelon orange before?
No, as a smoothie or just squeeze on it?
Either, both. I like for me, watermelon with lemon, lime, orange, or pineapple squeezed on top. Way better flavor for me. I'm not a huge watermelon person, but I like it even more, and I find it digests better, and it actually can help prevent melon belly. Okay. But one of my favorite smoothies is like orange juice and watermelon combined, half and half. And I know, that in classic food combining guides, it says melon must be eaten alone. Yeah, but through experimentation and sorry.
That's true for me. I mean, I never tried the citrus thing. I will try this. Yeah.
Give it a go and let me know, because I find I've been studying food combining since '99, and I used to think of it as the law, like I couldn't break it. But then through experimentation and talking with others, like Doug Graham and others who've been doing this a long time, found that some of those tenets, they aren't really scientific, and it's interesting because food combining was actually first created as a way of weight loss. It wasn't meant for digestive chemistry. And some of those tenets, you know, they were put together and not necessarily, again, scientific or super well researched. And what I found to be a really simplified way of looking at it is the foods that are similar water content, often like the fruits that are similar water content, often digest really well together because they have similar transit times.
Yeah.
And juicy citrus and melon, they're pretty darn close. And for me, there is something magic about the citrus with melon, because if you've ever experienced melon belly, eating watermelon and having that stomach pain.
And for me, it also happened here in the back and in the chest.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
It's horrible, right? And
really, the pain is, you cannot describe it.
No, it can feel like your spine's on fire.
Yes.
And my sister once, she chugged two liters of watermelon smoothie and fell on the ground in fetal position and was like, she thought she was going to die. And some super easy tips, just in case anyone has had that experience. One, you know, eat it a little slower. You know, two, make sure that you're well hydrated. And it sounds counterintuitive, but if we're dehydrated and we eat melon, it can actually be a little bit hard on our sugar absorption because it's really, really fast absorbing. Three, what's it called? Get some exercise before so you create demand for it so your body can uptake it really well. Four, I find squeezing lemon, lime, pineapple on it actually really helps a lot. And five, Dr. Don Bennett, he has found that if people are low in chromium, they actually have a harder time assimilating fruit sugar really quickly from foods like melon or mango or grapes, and they can get that same sensation. But when they top up their chromium, then they actually have more efficient sugar metabolism, and that problem goes away. So, four good tips.
Yeah.
But
thank you.
it's such a painful thing. Every time it comes up, I have to share it because I don't want anyone else to experience that, you know, to the point where they're curled up and crying and saying, blast those melons, I can't eat them. So back on track, one bell pepper. It's actually, this one was about a half a bell pepper, but it's about 115 grams or about a quarter of a pound.
Yeah. And
then this actually looks like a lot to me, but because these ingredients are so sweet and delicious, it can go well. I have about 50 grams of onion.
Red onion. I have white onion. It's okay.
Oh, gosh. I think we should probably close this food demo down. I feel some discord in our onion color.
But it was not in the recipe. You only wrote down onion.
You're tough. You're tough. You just stuck it to me. I love it. Yeah, of course. Every onion's great.
How should I know? You have to.
Sorry?
How should I know?
You know what? I'm just the one being the jackass, to be very honest. It doesn't say, and probably yellow or white onion, especially like sweet Maui onion. That would be amazing. That'd probably be perfect. But any onion will do. This is actually just the onions that I happen to have. But what do you have there? Is that, oh, that's your onion, hey? Oh, okay, there we go. So a little trick with onion. Sorry?
I actually have a red one also. I can cut it if you want.
Well, if everyone just wants to pause the video, we'll just wait until Lena cuts the onion. No, I'm totally just joking. No, we're not going to do that. Any color of onion is great. Some people like spicier onions. Some people like milder onions. Some people like sweeter onions. I like these ones. I like sweet ones. I like white ones. But if you're sensitive to onion, if you cut it and let it sit for half an hour, it makes it a little bit milder and less irritating on the digestive tract. So I cut these, and we'll just put those in there.
Perfect.
I kind of talk a lot, don't I?
Yeah. That's important.
I get kind of bossy when I'm in the kitchen. I'm sorry. So that's really all the mixy, chunky stuff. And if you want, you can find like a golden spoon or whatever you like, and mix it all up and get those flavors mingling. And if you give it a little sniff, oh my gosh, it smells so dang good together, I tell you.
Do you have a golden spoon, actually?
Oh, yes. Do you have a gold spoon too? Yes.
It's not really
there we go.
gold, but yeah.
It looks pretty gold, or is it kind of more brassy?
Yeah.
That's fun. wonderful. I secretly really hope your pineapple is sweeter than mine, because I went to 4 shops today to find a pineapple, and all of them were pretty.
Mine is not really ripe, but I couldn't find a better one. So yeah.
Well, I'll edit this part out and we'll smile big and just pretend it was amazing.
Yeah.
So we got that, and then we have our coconut milk and all those other ingredients, and to that we are going to add, these are some fancy ingredients, about 15 grams-ish, or what did I say, a quarter cup of sun-dried tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
About the same amount, about 15 grams or a quarter cup of dried pineapple. Did you find dried pineapple?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's not homemade, so I bought it.
Nice, nice. I think mine's a mix of homemade and bought.
Okay.
Put that in there. And then I said what did I say? A tablespoon, I think.
Lime
A
juice?
tablespoon of ginger, which, I mean,
Or ginger. And
it can be ginger to your flavor.
Fresh ginger, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I also have powder, but fresh is always better.
Both are good for sure.
Yeah.
But I just throw that in there because I'm pretty damn lazy.
I'm a little bit afraid though with the ginger because I ruined my dressing a few days ago. I put too much ginger and then I had to throw it away because it was not enjoyable.
Well, what we'll try and do here is we'll go with the recipe, and then afterwards, if you throw it away, you can tell me privately. But otherwise, let's just pretend it's really good no matter what.
Yeah, okay.
I have here a teaspoon of powdered garlic.
Yeah.
You could use fresh garlic if you like. I like both sometimes, but I find the powdered garlic has a little bit more of a kind of roasty flavor and is a little less kind of irritating to me. And also when you blend it, like, because I like to blend this, because there's the really dried ingredients, I want to blend it really smooth. Mm-hmm. And you can over blend garlic and it goes bitter. So if you're using fresh garlic, add it after you've blended all the hard bits and then add it kind of a little bit later.
Yeah, that's also true for some herbs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're going to be using one of those herbs.
Cilantro, mint, and basil.
Yeah, but not yet.
Not yet.
Blow your roll. All right. By the way, is it herbs or herbs?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. All right. So we have lime juice, and what did I say there? I said 1 tablespoon, about 1 lime. The lime and ginger really can be to taste, right? So, but it's too late for you. You've already added all the ginger, so that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to squeeze this in here. Nuremberg. I think I was in Nuremberg last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I went on a little bit of a Germany tour. I went to Berlin separately skateboarding, but then I also drove through Germany, and I think we went to Nuremberg. What is this city that has the really big, giant, like church that was like really like fell apart and fell over, and they refixed it all up, and it's like right in the town center? That's not Nuremberg.
Dresden?
Yeah, maybe that's that. But I think I've been to Nuremberg too.
Okay, yeah, we have also many churches here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much beautiful architecture. I love Europe. It's like all the countries and all their history and the architecture. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add a little bit more of this lime, but I'm going to save a little bit of lime on the side just to see if I want a bit more at the end.
I don't have that.
No, it's fine. All right, and I think what we can probably do is blend this up. I don't think there's anything else except for the herbs to add at the end. I'm going to show off because I have my fancy dancy BioChef vacuum blender top, so I'm going to vacuum the heck out of this at the top. And while this is blending, we can have a blend dance, or we can, ear muff, or we can, play charades if we want.
Okay.
What do you think, dance or charades? Which would you prefer?
Dance.
Dance, all right. I'm down for dancing. All right. You ready to blend?
I'm ready.
Okay. You guys can vote after and see who's a better dancer.
Me.
Of course, I would bet. I would bet so. Oh, yes, you're way better. You're definitely better. My family did not give me with dancing. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, well, let's see. Let's see how this is. Well, it looks pretty good. It smells pretty good.
It smells incredible.
Oh, wow. All right, so to this now, we can add... I'm a cilantro freak. I could just eat salads of cilantro. I just love this stuff.
So I used to hate cilantro. I couldn't eat it. It was like disgusting. But now I read the books from Anthony William, and he says that it pulls out heavy metals.
Yeah, it does.
And if you have lots of heavy metals, then it tastes like really not good for you, for your taste buds. And if you don't have heavy metals, then it tastes good. But I don't know. But I also heard that it's a genetic thing. Yeah,
that's what I've heard more, that it's a genetic thing. But you know, I'd be really interested to hear if anyone has found that their flavor has changed, because I've never actually met anyone who has, and everything I've researched says it's a genetic thing. So for me, it changed. I mean, it lasted 4 weeks or so, and now I really like it. Nice. Well, there we go. Maybe there is some truth to that. That's really cool. Yeah. That's cool, because cilantro is such a gift of a herb, and the heavy metal pulling properties and stuff like that. Whenever I hear someone say they don't like it, I do get a little bit of a tear in my eye. But I do wonder, in some cases, I wonder if both can be true, because I know that foods can affect our gene expression. So I wonder if, you know, heavy metal detox and eating foods and stuff like that, eating fresh foods, can change that expression of the gene that affects the taste of cilantro. And who knows? That's something neat to research. That's pretty cool. Cool. So I have here about just about 15 grams of cilantro, kind of like a handful. Yeah. I'm just gonna plop that in there. And the recipe said 10 leaves of basil and 10 leaves of mint, you know, a couple of grams of each, but you can really use as much or as little as you want. I got this fresh organic basil and mint in the background, and I'm gonna get that. And if you're a fancy dancy one, you know, sometimes I feel fancy dancy, you can instead just really thinly slice the basil and pop those little teeny basil slices on top instead of pulsing it. Sometimes I feel fancy, and sometimes I'm just like a lazy Leo, you know, just wanting to just relax and have it come to me. Me too. Are you a Leo yourself? What's that? Are you a Leo? No. I'm a twin. Sorry? A twin. I'm a twin. Oh, Gemini. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, twins. That's cool. Oh, I gotta be careful. I'm getting hair in my herbs. I don't want any hair in my herbs. Oh, I like this mint. All right, so we got all of this fresh herbage in there. And if you don't have fresh, you can of course use dried as well. But something's nice about fresh herbs, you know? Yeah, fresh is always the best. All right. So just gonna pulse this a bit. We don't want to turn it into a green sauce. We still want little teeny chunks. So just pulsing it so that we get it well mixed in. Okay, go. Here we go. There we go. I don't know why, but I really enjoy doing that, like the vroom, 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 you know? Like, that's so fun. I like it. It is. Oh. All right. I had one leaf just clung to the side of the blender, like, nope, I'm not going in. All right, well, tell you, Lena, this is the moment of truth. Are you ready for it? Should we do it? I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna put, oh gosh, can you see what's going on here, guys? I'm curious, is anyone making this with us? Or are we alone in this world? I need to put it down so I can do the same thing as you. You were twice as clever. Nope. There we go. Oh man. All right, I'm getting hungry. I'm dang excited that this live worked out so perfectly for us at dinner time, you know?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Because I have a food demo on the last day, but it's 2 p.m. PST, but for me it's 11 p.m. and I'm making like a hearty stew at 11 p.m. at night. And I'm going to eat it, I'll tell you, but it's going to be a late dinner and I probably will, you know, regret it the next day, but I'll enjoy it while I'm eating it.
I cannot eat so late. My sleep is not good then.
No. I'm kind of like a tank. I can get away with a lot, I tell you. I mean, not that I would ever try and get away with a lot. You know, I'm a good kid.
Okay.
All right. Mixing it up, mixing it up. So now we spread it on a dehydrator tray at 350 for 45 minutes. No, I'm joking. We don't do that.
But you could warm it up a little bit.
Yeah, you absolutely could. You totally could. You could spread it and warm it, or you could put it in a what's it called? In a dish in the dehydrator for a while. But
yeah.
Here we go. What do you think? Should we try it? You guys had this the other day, or did you have a different one? Here's this one.
No, a different one. We made the
Jamaican.
You Yeah, this one was delicious.
So happy to hear it.
A piece of pineapple because I never had pineapple in a savory dish. Should we try?
Okay. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm just going to watch you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 10 out of 10. Oh,
awesome.
Wow. Yeah. I like the mint, pineapple, coconut combination.
Mm-hmm.
Mint and pineapple is always great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's funny. Did you get these up there? I wonder where's this from. You get this brand out there?
No.
No. They're the only brand out here that's like legit raw juice. It even says on it, raw for real.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool. No. But I had this for breakfast today, and it's apple, pineapple, lime, ginger, and mint, and it's so good.
Yeah, I have lately I have pineapple mint juice or pineapple passion fruit juice every morning. It's so good.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
I like it as a pre-workout fuel because I don't like to eat so much before I go to ballet class. So I like to have liquids only in the morning. And yeah, pineapple juice is perfect.
I can identify because when I skateboard or if I go to the gym, I don't like to have a big full belly and be burping while I'm doing it. It takes away from the experience.
And then afterwards, I have a big fruit meal. But yeah.
Yeah, powering up afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
So I'm curious.
I will have no problem to eat a whole bowl.
No?
No.
Good.
So
I don't think I will either. And I hope that my friend Michelle, who's watching, isn't expecting to eat dinner with me. Because he's watching, he's going to come over. He just lives a block away.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to eat this to myself.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michelle.
When he arrives, it's already gone.
Yeah, exactly. It's all good though. So I wanted to check here in the chat. Has anyone here made this with us today? You do want some, Michelle? Yeah, he says he does. Okay, I'll save some for you. I'll save some for you. Yeah, I like a ninja caught a piece that fell out of my mouth. Let's see. I'm just going to double check real quick. Oh, 12:40 p.m. here. Wow. Geez. I feel very hungry. I'm on the bus on the way home, so I guess probably didn't make it with us.
There's a question about your temper on the Vitamix.
Yes, it is. Where is it? My temper is actually over here, and this Vitamix is one of the newer ones, the Ascent 3500, and it's a shorter container, so it has a specific tamper. So yeah, it's a little bit bulbous and weird, but it works. And that's one of my favorite things about the Vitamix for certain recipes, to be able to jam in stuff to the blades and make the thickest curries or sauces or ice creams or whatever you want to do. That's that.
The vacuum thing, is this for the Vitamix, or do you have another blender?
Yeah, so the BioChef isn't designed for the new Vitamix, but the new Vitamix does have a gasket around the top, which actually seals a lot better, so it makes an airtight seal. And I did kind of jerry-rig this. I glued a bottle cap from one of those juice bottles on the bottom with some little slits on the side, so that when I put it on top, it fits perfectly and it works perfectly. But without this, it might splash some of the juice into the suction part, right, into the vacuum.
I could not use it on this.
Is that the one? That one has the regular rubber lid, right?
Looks like this.
Yeah, so you can use those lids. I actually have a video on how to turn that into a vacuum blender as well, but it doesn't create quite as good of a seal. So so I've experienced some blenders, it works a little better, and some it doesn't work quite as well. And I needed to create like a special top out of a bathtub stop in order to create a nice seal on the top, and then just get a hand pump. So I do have a video on how to, it says, I think it's just called like how to turn your Vitamix into a vacuum blender. It's on my YouTube channel. So you can do with that, but you'll notice some difference. It does work, but it's not quite as good as this, or if you get like a dedicated vacuum blender. But so you know, I actually bought this together with this, which looks like a regular vacuum or regular Vitamix container, but this is actually a BioChef container mix that is made for Vitamix, and this one has a special lid that this fits on perfectly on top, and it works amazing. But it's about $170 or like around the same price, probably in euros. But it is fun, and it will fit on any Vitamix. But the funny thing is, the new Vitamixes, they have some neat kind of like wireless connectivity, and these containers won't work on here. So if I put it on there, it's like, nope, wrong container, and it won't even work. So luckily this worked, because when I got this new Vitamix, that was the one thing I was thinking. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to come up with a new way to turn this into a vacuum blender. But luckily this just seriously plopped right on top, and it was like awesome, you know?
Okay, cool. Well, do you notice a huge difference?
Yeah, you know, I do, but it's not like I wouldn't drink smoothies without it. It's not like that profound of a difference, or that when I drink smoothies without it, I'm like sad and thinking less of myself at all, you know? But it does increase the antioxidant value, or rather it retains more of the antioxidant value because the air isn't being whipped in. It amazingly makes more of like a wet tasting drink, smoothie, sauce. Like there's less air whipped in, right? So it's more condensed, and it is more colorful, flavorful, and it doesn't separate as easily, and it keeps better because it has a higher antioxidant value. So it makes a pretty big difference. I have a good video also on my channel comparing a Vitamix without a vacuum blender to a vacuum blender. And I make a whole bunch of dishes, and I try them side by side, and I even let them sit on the counter for like an hour to see how fast they separate. And it makes a pretty darn big difference, and that's why I still use this even though I'm using the Vitamix.
Okay, cool.
And I keep on trying to poke Vitamix to tell them to make vacuum blenders themselves, and maybe one day they will.
Yeah. I think they'll do it.
You're brave. Are you able to scroll up and see all these comments too?
I see them, yes.
Oh, be careful. One time I tried to scroll when I was a guest on someone else's, and it kicked me right out. And then I got a warning. No, I didn't get a warning. A Raw Vegan 2021, thank you so much. It's kind of you. Michelle saying dance and many years experience. herbs. I don't know what herbs. Do you know, is that a Swedish word or a German word? Herbs. Hoorbs.
How do you pronounce it? Herbs?
Well, herbs?
Herbs?
I don't know.
Herbs?
Herbs. Oh, he's saying herbs. I totally didn't even know. Michelle, man, what are you doing? Good tips. Awesome. Rose gold spoon. Yeah, that's true. Watermelon with mint. Love the t-shirt, Chris. Oh, thank you. This is a UK Fruit Fest Fruit Love t-shirt. And Ronnie Smith, the creator of the UK Fruit Fest, he is a part of the bundle as well. Yeah. And he has an amazing book going into all the festivals around the world of 2023, as well as goes into the history of other fruit festivals from times past, with lots of pictures and stuff. And it's awesome. And I guess it is fitting to bring up the bundle again and mention that we are both a part of the bundle with 40 contributors all together for their brand new books. And actually, I guess it's a little more than 40. And that's only available until 11:59 PST on the 11th, 96% off. It's a pretty ridiculous deal, isn't it?
I kind of forgot. I thought we were just hanging out here.
I didn't even know people were watching. I thought we were just, I thought it was just a chat. Those are the best ones, right? When we're just chilling out.
Yeah, that's true.
Always dessert first, yeah? Yeah, Michelle's representing here. Pineapple on pizza is fire. Save a spoon for later. Okay, yeah, he really does want the food. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for asking me to do this recipe together.
Yes, to have this great meal now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm ready for it. Do you have anything else going on tonight? Do you have any other lives today or tomorrow?
No, today not. No.
Yep, this is it for me tonight too. I think I'm gonna just chill out for a bit, eat some food. Yeah.
I'm
awesome.
Already sleep deprived, kind of. Yeah.
I feel that.
I can relate.
Yeah. You want to hear something that was really silly? Last night I was working until 4 a.m. and then I woke up at 9.
Ooh.
It wasn't wise. This is I don't recommend this for health or for smart factor.
Yeah, I had 5 hours too last night. Yeah.
It's not enough, but soon we'll be able to sleep in more, hey?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
awesome.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Such a pleasure. I do want to ask, is there anywhere else everyone can find you, or?
Oh, sure. You can find me at Lena on Instagram and also on YouTube.
On YouTube too.
Yep.
All right, I'll make sure to share that in the notes below. And is it all right with you if I load this up on my YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, sweet. All right, well, thank you so much, Lena. And thanks everyone for joining us. And hopefully see you guys again. Enjoy the bundle and hopefully see you sometime in 3D.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.